Hello, I'm Julie. Thanks for joining me today for this Plan With Me video where I'm going to be trying something I've never tried before in my creative journal. I love trying out new things, and one of the last pages I made in this journal, which I'm preparing for 2027, were these Dutch door and window pages that turned out really, really pretty. So I wanted to try something brand new as I set up some May pages. And that's some Dutch door tab pages. I'm going to be using Love Posh's Spring Allure, which I did already use in my Skinny Mini for this month. But as soon as I saw these particular stickers, I knew that I wanted to use them for Dutch door pages because they are a simple shape that should make Dutch door pages really easy. I also want to try and bring in my new Artistro acrylic markers. You may have seen my pen test and swatch and how I'm using these in my planner video that I posted recently. But I haven't used these yet in a journal, so I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out today. Now, if you are making Dutch door pages, one of the things you want to look for is symmetrical shapes. So these rectangles, which are little picture frames, are perfect for the job. But I am thinking of bringing a little twist into my spread by possibly cutting away the middle section. I'm not sure yet. I think I'll probably get 3 of these. So I'm going to do 3 May pages. And it's always a little bit scary when you're trying something completely new because I have no idea how this is going to turn out. These first pages are actually my May Currently pages. I'm never really sure whether you should start from the back page and work forwards or from the front page. But the only way I'm going to find out is by trying. So I want to cut around this first tab. I wasn't sure whether to use my X-Acto knife or my swivel craft knife. And this part I'm going to cut with scissors, using the dots on the page to guide me. Need to go a little bit further. So if you haven't got a gyro cut or a swivel craft knife, there's still a lot you can do with a regular old X-Acto knife. So there I have my first tab. Because I'm possibly going to be cutting out the middle, I don't want these to overlap like that because then you'll see the frame through. So I am going to stagger them like that. So that's our second page. Now, if I was doing a regular Dutch door page, I would be cutting all this away, but because I'm thinking of cutting this section out, I need to have something showing underneath. So I will only be cutting this part of the page. I'm not quite sure what to do here. Hopefully I'll just take it across for the moment. And then what I can do is cut around this shape. I did try to do a search on YouTube to see if anyone had done anything quite like this, and I couldn't find anything, so I'm really making it up as I go along. Page number 1, page number 2. I've not done the spacing perfectly because this isn't going to come quite down to the bottom, but that's okay. So this one is going to be on the 3rd page, and I'll tilt it as much as I can so that it comes as close to the bottom as I can get it. Maybe something like that. And so then we have 3 tabs. Now let's stick the frames on the other side. And as you can see, because they are rectangular, it's nice and easy. You don't have to worry about matching up the shapes. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there though, so I'll have to think about that. Now I'm going to cut inside the frames, and I really hope I don't regret this. Sometimes I don't have that spatial awareness to see how things are going to turn out, and I've said before that Dutch door spreads sometimes take quite a lot of brain power. I don't really know how it's going to look until I've actually made the cuts. Now I was having to cut through 2 thicknesses of sticker there as well as the paper, so I think I need to press a little bit harder. Okay, I got there in the end. Might need a little bit of tidying up later. So that is going to show through to the 2nd page. So I need to have something behind it. And of course, I will have to think about this side as well, which is always the tricky part. So I will cut the middle of that frame out and be right back when that's done. Okay, I've cut that one out, and it seems to make obvious sense as I've got enough of the frames to put a frame here. I need to make sure that I get it in exactly the right place so that when this closes I will have the space to write on I hadn't planned that originally, but I think that's going to work. I've only got 2 more frames left, so if I put one here, which would be the most logical thing to do, I can't have them going up that side. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not, but I definitely want to have one here. So I'll put that one down. So I need to decide, am I going to spell out May in the frames, which would be the obvious thing to do, I think. I have this Chicago Planner Conference sticker book, which has some alphabet stickers in. And of course, here I realise that this is not going to work. So what I should have done is cut through this one as well. And then I could have the word May showing on the last page. So let's sort that out now. I expect some of you realised that was going to happen. And once I've done this, I have really no idea what I'm doing next, because that was as far as my idea went, to have the tab pages. Okay, that's solved the problem. Of course, it's given me the thing that I don't like about Dutch door pages, that all these 3 pages are the same, but we'll solve that by making them look different by what I add to the rest of the page. The idea I had was, because I need boxes for my currently prompts, was to borrow the idea of the frames and use my new acrylic markers to draw the boxes. Oh no! Okay, I wasn't expecting that to happen at all, but we're still going to make it work. You can just turn that into a little feature. And I was planning to make the lines wider, because I wanted them to look like the frames. Hopefully no bleed through to the other page, no. Even up this side here. I'll let that dry and then we will add some black to that. I want maybe 2 smaller boxes here. Let's just do it freehand maybe and not use the template. I'm going to chance using this one more time because I wanted to get this oval shape. Let's hope if I just do it super fast. No disaster, that's better. Now, because those are so big, I've not left a lot of room for adding stickers, but I'm still thinking I can make this work. I'm going to draw the rest of the frames now, and then I'll be back to decorate the rest of the page. Next, I'm going to take a Muji and just add a little bit of detail to the frames. I think you need something to make them pop a little bit more than they are right now. And already I'm liking them better. So I'll finish adding the black detail and then I'll be back to see what we can add in terms of stickers to this page. And of course, I completely forgot that I need to have something showing here. So things are not going to plan with this Plan With Me today. I was going to add flowers to the page, so although they're going to obscure quite a bit of the frame, I might have to do that. Not sure I'm a fan of how that looks, but I'm going to have to live with it. And of course, there's that one too. So, oh, Julie, you really should have thought this through. Okay, back to the drawing board, I think. Let's take that off. think I'm going to cover that frame there. I even said early on that I needed to remember what would happen when the page flipped. I'm going to white this out as best as I can because it might show through the label paper. I think I'll need to move this out of the way as well if I can. Whenever you try something new, you have to be prepared for things to go wrong. And I know this isn't going to have the dots on it, but I can live with that. I do usually save the scraps when I cut away from pages, but I didn't have a piece that was big enough. Oh no, you can still see a little bit there, but I will cover that up with something. So I need to decide what's going to go here and here. I could have done little frames if I'd angled some of these and put some decoration in them rather than the writing. Don't know whether that's a thought, possibly. And then I could add maybe a small one here, just so that they don't look out of place. I really am back to the drawing board with this whole page at the moment. Let's put a pencil mark where this is going to show, which is what I should have done. So my two options are make little frames and put something in them, or just put some decor on the page that will show through. Right, we've got these little butterflies. I don't know how they would look on this page, but I think I'd rather add those than add frames. So let's go for that. Okay, they look a bit strange on their own, so let's see what else we can add to this page to rescue it. Let's put some of the flowers in the corner, because that brings that pink over from that side. I'll put this one back. Maybe just do the two corners. To make sure I get the pink in as well. I don't like the white edge on these stickers. It doesn't matter which way I overlap it, I'm going to get the white edge. I don't think that looks any better, but never mind. So now at least we've got a bit more colour on the page. Add another butterfly here. And there's not a lot of room to add the flowers to the other page. I think I'll just have to squeeze them in a couple of places so it doesn't look too odd. I'm probably going to leave it like that. I just need to add the currently words. And now at least I've solved that problem. I use Mojo Jojo Plan's currently sticker books for my currently pages. They have large currently headers and smaller ones, and then lots and lots of different prompts in different fonts. I feel like this one is a sort of font that will match. I have planning in the bigger box. Anticipating. Loving. Prioritizing. Trying. And thinking. There's quite a lot of white space on the page. I do like white space, but I feel if I had some little sparklies or something, I could fill those spaces up a little bit more. But I think I've managed to save the page, so I'm pleased about that. So now on to page number 2. I think I'd better try to keep it simple from now on, although these pages should be a lot more straightforward. I'm going to add some washi to the edge here because it looks a little bit unfinished. This is Love Posh washi. And I think we'll do the same on this side. I'll add some boxes to this one rather than me draw boxes. And I'll probably add mild liner lines to that page. So now we've got this page to do. I'll add the lines here again. sort of matches up with that one. So I'm wondering if I should put a little bit in here and a little bit at the top. I think that will do. So I've got to solve this problem. I'm thinking of taking this down the middle. I'm not sure about this. Like that. I haven't got a pink that's a really good match for that pink. I did swatch the pens out, and the nearest I think is this one, number 2. I label them myself because I thought that might be handy. So I'm going to didn't really want that to show, but seeing as it does, I'll make the line a little bit thicker. Need to have something in this area, and I'm thinking maybe some more of these flowers. I think that will do. Like how that looks with the washi repeated. I'm wondering if I need to add that black washi in on this page as well, possibly. But let's finish this page. And we'll fill up this little space here with the flowers. And I think all those pages need are maybe some quotes. So let's just finish this page. I'm not too sure about that big flower on the side there, but it will stay for now. I'll add it on the other side as well for balance. Some of these stickers seem to be coming up, I don't know why. And I need to do something with these frames. There aren't any quotes in Spring Allure or in my other spring sticker book from Love Posh, but in Functionally Pastel we do have some pastel quotes, and we've got purples and pinks, so I think we'll use a couple of those. Let's have positive vibes. Although I need to make sure I get it straight. Let's try that again. And something for this page, maybe in this space here. I don't know if this one will fit. It says be you, that's your superpower. So I will add the lines now and be back when that's done. All done now. So here's the final flip through. I can't say that these are my favourite pages I've ever created, but considering the disaster I had first with the ink and then with the mistake I made on this side, I think it's turned out pretty good. I really like the frames for the currently prompts and the fact they match with the frames I've used at the side. And here's what the pages look like with the lines added. I added a couple more stickers to this page and used some zebra mould liners. I do use a ruler to draw my lines because I'm a little bit fussy about them being straight. And then on this page I used Mr. Pen highlighters, which are a lot darker. I do find these are much juicier than the zebra mould liners, but I should still be okay for writing over the top. I think I added this sticker and a little ribbon at the top, and I've ended up with some really pretty pages for the month of May, and successfully completed, if I can call it successfully, my first tab Dutch door pages. So that's something I will have to try again. If you've stuck with me to the end, and I hope it wasn't too stressful watching me make those mistakes, but hopefully it shows that usually you can rescue any mistake you make in your planner or journal. Remember, you can find the links to the shops I've used in my video description, and you can use my code Julie10 to save on Live Love Posh and Mojo Jojo plans. If you like seeing Dutch door pages, then you might want to watch me make some horizontal Dutch doors, and you can find that video on screen here. This was a much simpler spread because I used stickers from Amber Plans Her Day, which are already reversed, so it was easy to make those horizontal Dutch doors. Do like, comment and subscribe for more creative content, and I'll see you in another video really soon.